Hello, dear students. Myself Bhagwan Sarode from Gokula Education Societies, JDC Bitco English Medium High School, Nasik Road. Dear students, welcome on my YouTube channel, Learn 8th Standard English Textbook. In last video, we had learned Unit 1.2, that is Dick Whittington and his cat. Today, we are going to learn Unit 1.3, that is the poem, The Pilgrim, which is written by Anonymous. It means unknown person. When we don't know the name of the poet of the poem, it is called Anonymous. Now, let's see warming up activity. Students, warming up activity number 1, you have to do only by yourself. And activity number 2, that is read and understand the following poetic device that we will learn after the poem. Now, let's learn the poem, The Pilgrim. Pilgrim means the person who travels to a holy or religious place as a devotee. The Pilgrim is an inspiring and touching poem with a strong message. It tells us about an old man who is unselfish. After he has crossed a deep chasm, he stops to build a bridge to help a youth who is coming along the same path. Even though the old man knows that he himself will never ever have the chance to cross that bridge. Now let's learn the poem, The Pilgrim. The first stanza is: a pilgrim going a lone highway came at evening cold and grey to a chasm deep and vast and wide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. To chasm had no fear for him, but he paused when he reached the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Glossary of the stanza is chasm. It means ravine, a very deep, steep gap in the earth's surface. Second, span the tide. It means go across the tide. In the first stanza, the poet tells us that an old pilgrim, it means old man, is walking along a deserted highway. On a cold and grey evening, he reaches a deep and wide chasm. The old man crosses the chasm in the dim twilight. He is experienced and not afraid of it. However, when he reaches the other side safely, he stops and builds a bridge across the chasm and the flowing water. Now, let's move on second stanza of the poem. Second stanza of the poem is: old man, said a fellow pilgrim near, why waste your time in building here? Your journey ends with the close of the day. You never again will pass this way. You have crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why built you here at eventide? Glossary of the stanza is ye. It means you. Second, eventide. It means late evening. In second stanza, the poet tells us that a fellow traveler asks old man why he is wasting his time building the bridge, for his journey is already over and he will never pass that way again. The fellow traveler is puzzled and asks again why the pilgrim, who has already crossed the deep and wide chasm, is building a bridge so late in the evening. Now let's learn the third stanza of the poem. Third stanza of the poem is: the pilgrim raised his old grey head. My friend in path I have come, he said. There fellow wait after me today, a fair-haired youth who must pass this way. The chasm which held no fears for me, to the fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. My friend, I am building this bridge for him. Glossary of the stanza is pitfall. It means trap. In third stanza, poet explains that the pilgrim raises his old grey head and explains his reason for building a bridge. He says that there is a fair-haired youth behind him who has to take the same path that he has. The old pilgrim was experienced and was not afraid of crossing the chasm. However, the fair-haired youth is inexperienced and there may be traps ahead for him. He too would have to cross the chasm in the dim twilight, and the old man was building a bridge to help this youth. In short, the underlying meaning of the poem is that those who have faced the difficulties of life successfully and are experienced must be unselfish and help those who are inexperienced and may face difficulties. The poem conveys a message that everyone should help others with selflessness. Summary of the poem. The poem conveys a message of kindness. This poem is about an old man who crosses a chasm during evening and realizes that anybody who comes after him will have to face the same difficulties as him while crossing. So he builds a bridge for the unknown traveler who will follow later. The poem also signifies that experienced people should make roads and pathways easier for the young people who follow. Dear students, we have completed the poem The Pilgrim. Hope so you have understood the poem. Students, homework for you. Complete the question number 1st to 5th from the workshop exercise which are given on textbook page number 14 and 15. Now, dear students, we will learn some figure of speech, tautology and interrogation. Now, let's learn first figure of speech, that is tautology. If two or more words in same line convey the same meaning, the figure of speech in that line is called tautology. Let's see some examples of tautology. First example, it brought joy and cheer. In first example, joy and cheer, these two words convey the same meaning. So it means in first example, tautology, this figure of speech is used. Let's see second example of tautology. They groan with aches and pains. In second stanza, aches and pains, these two words convey the same meaning of paining. It means here tautology, this figure of speech is used. Let's learn another example of tautology. In my opinion, I think that. In this first line, my opinion and I think, these two words convey the same meaning. Second example, that is, say it again, once more. In this line, again and once more, these two words are convey the same meaning. It means say it again once more. In this line also, tautology, this figure of speech is used. Now let's learn second figure of speech, that is interrogation. It is also called rhetorical question. Interrogation, it means it is the asking of a question not for the sake of getting an answer but to put a point more effectively. And interrogation also known as rhetorical question. When a question is asked in order to create a dramatic effect and not to get answer in a line of poem, the figure of speech used is called interrogation and rhetorical question. Now let's see the examples of interrogation. First example A. Am I my brother's keeper? Second, who is here so will that will not love his country? In these two examples, question is asked to create a dramatic effect. So we can say that interrogation, this figure of speech is used here. Let's see another example of interrogation. Wow, you ate that whole thing? In this example, question is asked to create dramatic effect and we are not getting the answer. So that here interrogation, this figure of speech is used. Thus, today we have learned poem 1.3 The Pilgrim and the figure of speech that are tautology and interrogation. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.